I don't want this camera on. I don't want that camera on. Fucking A. Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? Are you there? Are you there? Trying to work this out a little bit. It's funny because I don't necessarily know what I'm doing. Can you guys hear me okay? Let me know. Check 1 2, check. Mike Kennedy, what's going on? Hey, all you pilots. We got 5 watching. Apparently this is showing up. Crazily enough, without me doing much, it showed up. Okay, cool. I see what you're putting down there, ladies and gentlemen. I'm trying to just get my panel up here so I can see what I'm doing. So bear with me a little bit. See, I want to see the comments, guys, but I'm not able to. So bear with me a little bit. Been working hard with the boozers trying to get this thing actually up to speed, but I need to be able to see my software also so I can change around my stuff. Son of a gun. Just talk to each other for a minute. What's crazy is I should be able to see my comments on the software, but I'm not. So that is troublesome for me. Yeah. Sorry, guys. I guess I'll have to be back and forth. Yeah, I totally need a second screen. I've done this before, but it's not letting me do it. And the stream actually started before I was ready to. I mean, I just started the software and then this was going. So, crazy. Welcome back to episode number 47. We're here getting it done. But I'm having a hard time. So, I'm sorry about that. Yep, I still have an F-18. I got 2 of them back there. And we're going to have a good time talking about it tomorrow. A little bit more, I think. But what... why is this doing this? The comments always show up until you want to see it. What is that about, Wesley? I don't get it. Well, sorry, guys. That's not it. Working on it. Yeah. Sorry. I'm messing around. I'm sorry. I don't really get to see the comments, which is annoying me to death right now. Yeah. What's up, everybody? I can kind of see, but then I'm guessing on what I'm setting up. So we're here, episode number 47, RC Pilots Lounge. Just sold the house. We were live at 2 events, Neffy and Muncie at the Academy of Mall Aeronautics, hanging out with friends I have not seen for a while, which is always fun. Good to see James and Alex, RC Jet Dude, the Timber Brothers, Chloe and April. I'm sure I'm missing some people. Lots of folks who I know from the event and see every year. And then a lot of guys who know me from video forever, but I've not met them until the event, which is super fun. RC Jet Dude's kids were there flying the pants off of stuff. Fred Barron, what's going on? Victor Shamulus, Eric Quinn, RC, catching up back here in the basement. Me and the Boozers worked pretty hard to get this set up. You know, I scratched the surface with the live streams the other day, being able to drop in images and things like that. And the Boozer Media Empire were able to help me out, doping my stream out a little bit. And I've got some surprises for you. And more ideas, and I know how to work this a little bit. It's actually really okay to run the software, but the trouble is when the software and YouTube are going at the same time and I'm on one computer. I'm losing my chat. Let's see if I can do this again. I really want to see the chat. It's the weirdest thing, really, that it's this hard sometimes. That's what she said, I guess, isn't it? Come on, how do you pull this over? Hey, I'm so dumb sometimes. I did it. Okay, maybe. Oh my goodness. Bear with me, dudes. I think I got it. Oh my gosh. I'm afraid to let off the clicker. Son of a gun. Good you catch yourself. Roy the Rat. Okay, thank you. Make your YouTube smaller and put it in. Hey, what do you think I'm trying to do? Just have to fly us up there and we can get you good and set up. Yeah. You guys have no idea how long we spend trying to make this stuff look awesome for you guys. But obviously we're having a good time, or we wouldn't do it. I just want it bigger. Son of a gun. I'm sorry. Okay. Editing's nothing compared to this stuff, dude. Jeff. My word. So, glad to be home. Glad to be back. Awesome to be at those events. Brian Chambers, what is going on? Yeah, I'm doing the best I can, Lori. I got it as long as I don't touch anything, right? So, I want to show you some things that we work on a little bit. I think this is kind of fun. So, you guys know how to destroy the Death Star, don't you? Well, just in case you need a reminder, let's go to the briefing room at the RC Pilots Lounge. Reckham Roy, what's going on? RC Weaving. We had a good time. You know what? I was out of town the last 2 weekends. My people are out of town this weekend. We sold the house today. I got 2 months to get out. And I got to maiden the free wing F-18 today. I got 3 flights on it. Got it filmed. Got to hang out with Captain Mike and Adam. And then I've been flying the FMS F-18 at events for the last 2 weeks. There's a lot to talk about on the differences, and of course, one's a 70 millimeter and the other's a 90, so there's some huge differences there. But there's so much to talk about, and I really think there's something for everybody. Not everybody's into the 90 millimeter size. So you guys who are rocking around on the e-flite Viper and like the smaller 70mm jets and have a cache of 4,000 packs and less will like that FMS F-18. We'll talk more in depth about that in the future because, well, let's wait a minute. I'll just kind of wait for a signal to let that one out a little bit. But guys, so many videos to come from Neffy. Mike showed up at Neffy, so I got loads of video from Captain Mike. I took a lot of video at Jet Jam myself with just cell phone and a little Canon thing that I had a hard time with. But I'm really tickled about the stuff that me and Mike got with our buddies at Muncie. So, Hal Rufner, what is going on? Good to see you, Paul Hatcher. The Fred Barron, Nemo Runks, thank you, appreciate that. I released yesterday a video of me and my buddy. Actually, he lives here in town with us. Bobby Committa and Adam C. Are locals here with me and Mike. So Bobby Committa also goes to the events and he does some work for Dynam. He's a great guy and a fantastic pilot. So he was flying with me on that F-22 video where we did kind of a FMS power system versus the stock power system video that I just released yesterday. I've got the customized 1500mm FMS P-47 video. I flew with another red tail, which was really cool. The FMS F-18, filmed it at Muncie. We also filmed the Arrows Corsair in Muncie, and many other things, and buddies, and the Timber Brothers, and Bobby Committa, and the Timber Father, Bill, were all flying F-86s. We have a 4-ship F-86 video that's coming, where most of those guys were in the frame the whole time, and there was an incursion midair. So be looking for that. The T6 is here. Good evening, all you hanger rats, says Barry G. And I hope you got your X-Wing fighters ready to go, because here we are sitting in the briefing room for that, which I think is just hilarious. And then I've got this here, which is kind of my standby, and I think I'm missing something here. There we go. If you're on Insta videos, you get to do that. So playing around on the stream, having a good time, trying to catch. I mean, it was an awesome duel, Craig, with the F-22s. So fun. We also filmed Bobby's first flight. You hear music? Didn't it? The first flight of Bobby Committa on the Flex 717 was hilarious. What do you mean, Boozer? There's nothing. Let me see what's happening. There should be nothing is going on. Still music. Star Wars fans? Pink Floyd? You gotta be kidding me. What? Now I hear me? What the hell? It's fixed. How stupid is that? There's no music on in the house. There's not a TV on in the house. There's no one home. It's just me. The radios are off for airplanes. Let me double check the spectrum. But why would it pick up music? Operators are standing by. Goodness sakes. You get hacked? I don't know. I don't know. It was part of the program. Well, does it tell me if it comes back? Is it back? Thank you. Yeah, nice shirt. So, I rock Wesley's merch all the time, and you guys should rock Kyle Ryan's merch as well. As a matter of fact, I have a image prepared. Is the music back? You gotta be kidding me. What about on this one? What about this screen? Is there music on that one too? I don't hear a thing, by the way, and I'm afraid to touch anything. No music. Hallelujah. Anyway, buy a shirt. Thanks. Goodness sakes. Yeah, I don't want to turn the scroll off because then I won't see the Instagram scrolling text. Okay, well, let's try that. Let's try this. So bear with me, guys. We're learning. I mean, I'm a year in and I know jack. So the music's back, right? Let me get rid of the scrolling Instagram antenna and see what happens. Captain Photon. Olsen Aviation, I don't know what decals yet. I'm going to do on the free F-18. Break, I'm about to drop F-bombs. That's so ridiculous. Alright, well there's that. Forget it. I think that's funny though, right? It looks cool. So the Corsair shirt had music too? Yeah, Brian Chambers, it's subliminal. Go buy a t-shirt, something like that. Watch my videos. Hit the like button. That's too bad. Maybe that's what you get when you just like grab images online. They make it where you can't use them. It's a screenshot from a simulator, like game of aviation or something. Whatever. Operators are standing by. So anyway, this is a lot of fun though, to be able to play around and do this stuff and be able to drag things in like that and like this. You know what I mean? Like this, like that, and like this. And this one's pretty sweet, except it's not built out, so it looks, there it is. Guys, we're 50 subscribers away from 5,000. No, you cannot, Captain, but thank you so much. Yeah, if you really, Wesley and Lori have helped me tremendously on figuring out a lot of this stuff. I might have been first to the party with some pictures, and then they're like, what are you doing? And we all know we were just scratching the surface, but they dug in and figured it out and have helped me set it up tremendously with screen share and things like that. Yep, 4,950 subs, working on 5,000. We obviously, you can see in the banner are the Facebook, Twitter, Amazon Store, Instagram, and the Patreon thing, which is why I make that an image that I want you to see. Free Wing F4. Craig Beaven, we'll see about that. I actually might be into that. I'm getting ready to move. I don't want to deal with a whole lot of planes if I can help it. We'll talk later, maybe. Rome wasn't built in a day, but it was destroyed in one, wasn't it? Are those two F-18s back there? Yes, they are, Mr. T-1035. One is a Free Wing 90mm Legacy model F-18, Big Mamma Jamma, full flying stab. And then the other is the FMS one, 70mm Inrunner, dynamite like a laser beam. Such a surprise, but that plane is actually a blast. I was working on editing the video and I wanted to have it up before the stream tonight, but I didn't get to it because I want you to watch that video before tomorrow. Thank you, Dennis Farley, for that. Dennis, I packed 12 planes in the car to go to Muncie and I came back with 7. So thanks everybody who was involved in that one. Jeff Jackson, Ryan, did you ever purchase the HSD Super Viper looking at the turbine version? I have not. I think they maybe are here now. But there's going to be loads of information, Jeff Jackson, coming from the Mary Boozer camp on the electric version of that HSD Super Viper, which I cannot wait for. Andy did a custom outfitting of that jet for the Boozers, and that's going to be okay. I will, and that's going to be sweet. So we're going to all be watching Mary Boozers when they do the HSD Super Viper electric show. He's going to actually interview Andy, owner of RC Jetworks, who personally customized and outfitted out that HSD Super Viper as has been shown in the videos here on this channel with the super duper, I think jet fan equipment, and maybe that or JP's, I'm not sure. So, Jeff Jackson, I'm not sure when that's happening. That plane may not have arrived yet for the Boozers. I'm not sure exactly. But I do want to urge you to come over to the Mary Boozer channel tomorrow night, 8 o'clock Eastern Time, where we're going to talk about each one of these F-18s. The Free Wing F-18 and the FMS F-18. We're going to talk pros and cons with Mary Boozer and Steve Hodges, RC Jet Dude. We're all three going to be on the show. Much like you see, we've integrated some cool software to be able to do things with our shows to bring you the best value possible. Mary Boozer's show is going to be, I'm going to be on it. I'm super excited. I'm trying really not to nerd out about the F-18s really hard because I completely nerded out today for 3 flights, bringing you the best info I can muster because I wanted to tell you what worked for me. I started with the book as a reference and I went through and tweaked it out, did some things to, I think, tame it and make it fly a little better. Nothing fancy, just some tweaking. And I really leaned on the community to get my confirmations on that. I actually talked to Steve today. I was like, what do you think about the book call-outs? And I talked to another one of my buddies who, Alpha 10, who likes to hop his stuff up. And I actually put a call out on Facebook for guys to let me know what they thought about the book call-outs and things like that. Because I was on my way to the field after work today to put a maiden on that baby, and I got a maiden plus 2 flights on the Free Wing 90. And again, I've been flying the FMS F-18 the last 2 weekends at events extensively and really enjoyed it. And it's quite a surprise. 70mm Inrunner packs quite a punch. You can get it on anywhere that sells FMS stuff. You can get it on my Amazon store. And if you have 4006S packs burning a hole in your pocket and you don't want to get into the bigger batteries, that one's probably the one for you. But we're going to talk about that tomorrow on the Mary Boozer channel, 8 o'clock. He's been super pumped about it. We talked about it earlier in the week. We've been doing like practice setups and all this kind of stuff almost 2 or 3 nights this week, trying to make sure that we bring you the goods tomorrow. So this is what my scene will probably look like tomorrow. Have a couple F-18s back here. I do have one little plane in the box that I could crack open if you'd like to see it later. WP88, hey Ryan, was great to fly the Red Tails with you in Muncie. Told you I'd pop in on you this week. WP88, that is Tim. He was flying the pants off of everything he brought at Neffy. You're out of Indianapolis, right? He had the FMS P51 Red Tails, and I had my customed out P47 Red Tails, which actually was a lot of fun because folks didn't think that they flew those. I was like, yep. And we flew those together, and we actually had Captain Mavic did some quad chasing with us, and also Captain Mike on the camera on the ground. So that video's coming too. I got so many videos to get out, and it's funny, I want to put them out every day, but it's you kind of need to let them mellow for a day or two to get some views on them. So hurry up and watch these things so I can put out the next ones, okay? Perfect. Yeah, great meeting you there. Fun flying, Tim. I tell you, you guys who haven't been to events are missing out. It's wonderful to be able to connect online, and that's what we do because we're obsessed and we can't always go fly with folks. But, boy, there is nothing like hanging out at the event. Dennis Farley brought the whole darn family, and man, we were all connected at the hip till it was time to leave. I love that event so much that once I arrive, I don't leave till it's over. I'm just like, somebody's going to feed me. I'll figure it out. I brought stuff to camp. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. I got a new light. Is it cool? Can you tell? There's no shadow on my face, which is kind of nice. Usually the hat would like do this thing to me. So yeah, I'm actually super excited about selling this house, even though I love every bit of it. The new house, I'm going to dope out the set a little bit, and you know, that'll be exciting. I'll get a little bigger model room, and yeah, Mitchell. And also, I tell you, with this figuring out this live stream stuff, this black background I used to sit in looks a lot cooler when I'm hanging out with the Star Wars guys, doesn't it? I can also make it full screen if you guys want. Like I can tweak it. Let's see. I'm messing a little bit. Come on. There we go. So if you missed me, we can go just a little bigger. I mean, you get the gist, right? Star Wars was fun. I'm your father. No music. Woo! Thanks. That's awesome. Guys, ask me anything. I tell you, I've had a ball the last couple weekends. I could see doing this for, you know, the rest of my life, which I plan on doing. I told my wife I was going to crowdfund, since we're looking for houses, I told her I was going to crowdfund my next house, like Flight Test crowdfunded buying a golf course. You think we can get 50 bucks together? I'll buy a property I can fly at so I can make more videos. She said don't do it. But I just threw it out there. That would be crazy. That would be awesome. Looking good, man. Thanks, Barry G. Nice lights. What's this new software called? Really cool. It's OBS software. There's two different OBSs, basically. It's Streamlabs OBS, which is the one I'm using, and then just straight up Now Tell Me OBS, which is what the Merry Boozers are using. Brad Biddle, found your podcast this week. Awesome show. First live listen. Awesome, Brad. Thanks for coming over, man. I hope you're a subscriber and you ring-a-ding-ding that bell. Jeff's Custom RC, nice vids today. Yeah, man. Check out Jeff, man. He put out a couple videos late. I haven't had a chance to watch them. I haven't had a chance to do much of anything other than just like be out here like an open nerve to the world, soaking it up. I've heard a few guys having trouble with their F-18s is what's going around. But I think that's kind of what was in my head when I went to do my maiden today, was to try to maybe figure out a way to help people out. RC Jet Dude, what was the thing you liked best about Neffy? That's a great question, and thanks for asking. There are many. Top of my list is the people, right? Top of my list is getting to see old friends and make new ones. It's my hometown too, but honestly I never get off site. So number one, the people at Neffy, awesome. Getting to do this with real people rather than like a webcam, right? It's fantastic. I mean, real people in real life right there in front of you, sharing sandwiches. It was so good to see James and Alex again and lay my eyes on the new stuff from Motion RC. You know, I already kind of was sure I was going to end up with both F-18s, but once I saw them in person, it was over. I just knew it was going to happen. I couldn't stand it. One guy keeps asking me what scheme I'm going to do on the F-18. I really don't know yet, but if you want to throw some favorite schemes at me on the RC Pilots Lounge Facebook group and tag me or something, or Instagram or Facebook, Twitter, whatever, anywhere you can find me, I would be glad to consider them. Because I really don't know what I'm going to do yet with this beautiful F-18 Hornet. I do know the next thing I want to do is put a Hobby Eagle gyro in it and work on the rock. I have some CG experiments I want to do. I moved my battery up and I'm forward on CG from the callouts in the book already by about 8 millimeters, and I'm going to move it up some more and see what I think. Full flying stabs, you have to be careful. I think there's more of a balance to be achieved. Like the 70 millimeter F-18 only has like a regular elevator. It doesn't have that full flying stab. And it's easy to make it feel like you ran out of elevator because it doesn't have a full flying stab, but it also keeps guys out of trouble too. I was telling Steve today that I have the most trouble with full flying stabs. I mean, I fly them great once I get them sorted for myself, but I can, because of the pitch factor on full flying stabs, I can easily scrub off speed more than I want to and get into trouble. Rock my wings, screw up a landing, things like that. Tell Callie to just send you a random paint job. Could be fun. Dealer's choice. I'd love to if she wants to sponsor a show. Dave Marshall, I'm going to use the Hobby Eagle A3L more than likely. Hey Ryan, I'm getting ready to fly by myself. Do you have any advice? Go back early first videos playlist on this channel called RC Flight Lessons. They're boring, but there's good stuff in them. And I think one thing that I want people who go out flying by themselves for the first time to work on is more than just thinking success is bringing the thing home in one piece. I want you to kind of chart a course. Whittle down the infinite sky into a flight path and see if you can execute it. Otherwise, it's kind of just willy-nilly and the plane's flying you. But like, make it do what you want it to. Do an oval out in front of you. Don't fly behind you. It starts to get confusing on orientation in the way of what's left and what's right. Remember to keep the perspective of the pilot in that aircraft. That way you never get confused on what's left and what's right. Because if you fly it like a model, when it's flying away from you, a left really appears to be left because it's the perspective of being in the plane. But when it's flying at you and you give it left input, it kind of visually gives you a right. Although, it's still a left. You have to always think about being in that seat. So, RC Jet Dude, second part of that answer. The facility is amazing. I love flying on the runways there. After the people, I just love flying there. I've been to Neffy for many years at this point. I missed last year. I managed to always get the best, I think, the best spot in the place. I'm not flexing like Lil Tay, I promise. But we were sponsors this year, which helped me get a tent right up there on the line. So Pilot Ryan and Captain Mike's RC donated to the charity, and we're able to be sponsors with all the other great sponsors, Motion RC being the biggest sponsor, and then the usual suspects. And it was really cool also. I talked to Dan at Arrows RC Hobby Zone, and we talked to them, and they had some airplane prizes in the raffle that helped raise a lot of money for the charity as well. Charity being Animal Rescue Fund, and also money that goes to a fallen firefighter's family from Muncie. Close to my heart because it's my hometown. That guy went to my high school, a couple years older than me, and he married a girl in my class. So how cool is that to be able to go, you know, shine a light on this event, hopefully get people to come. Dennis, you came from Texas to fly with us and our buddies, right? So the best thing. And Chloe and April, that was fun. Guys, check out, if you haven't checked out the live streams from the shows, the Jet Jam and Neffy, check them out, because there was a lot of people who sat there with us, kind of Johnny on the spot, rotating interview seat at both those events. And I really want to shout out, I doubt he's even listening, but Ken from Jet Jam, was him and Bradley Ream, Timber Brother, were the first two guys I saw when I got to Jet Jam a couple weekends ago. And Ken took care of me the whole time, man. I brought stuff to camp, but I ended up staying in an air-conditioned RV. He helped me with hotspot, getting the show going, and all of that stuff. Super helpful, nice guy, really helps run that event, and works his butt off. It is fantastic. Speaking of, Jeff says the F-22 videos were great. I appreciate that. That was a lot of fun. I think, you know, one thing that we're going to see a little bit more in the hobby, at least from my buddies and I, being Boozer and myself, is a little bit more of that comparison stuff. It's kind of been one of those taboo things. I come from magazine where it was just never okay to compare anything. I mean, that was like what the guy told me. Everything must stand on its own. But as a consumer, which you guys are, I am, it's hugely beneficial when you're trying to make up your mind to hear these comparisons. Now, nobody wants to see somebody play fanboy or whatever, but the truth is the truth, and that's good enough. So not everybody's into the big 6L stuff, but maybe the guys who are starting to cut their teeth on them are going to like other offerings. So anyway, that's an example, like here, right? 70 millimeter F-18 versus the 90. And I mean, you know what? Let me set these planes up so you can see the intakes a little better, because they are different. It's really cool. Comparisons are great, and a lot of times in this business, we don't give them to you, because everything needs to kind of stand on its own merit. But I think the best information to give you all is our honest take and comparison. Like, I mean, we do kind of generically compare flight characters of aircraft with each other, you know. But I don't know. I think we could do it a little better with the features as well. Andrew Williams, what is going on? Yeah, guys. Andrew, I sold my house. I'm pumped. I think I might be able to buy an airplane. So, let's just change the angle of the dangle a little bit. and I want you to take a peek at these intakes. Can you see them even? Not really. Can you see that kind of, guys? Yeah, let me pull it over. So they really did a good job at talking about the differences, right? So this legacy model free wing 90 millimeter that I'm not holding yet, you'll see it really soon. So you see those square intakes, and then look at the wing root glove shape. It's just, it flares out, and that's it, right? And that's another good shot of the intakes. We'll talk more about this on Boozer's show. I don't want to do too much on this F-18 because I'm so pumped to be a guest on his show and let him steer the ship. Now, this baby, holy smokes, it's huge. Look at the wing root glove on this one. They did a good job talking about this with Patrick on the official videos. See how it's got that Coke bottle? It's upside down, but it's like a Coke bottle wing root glove. It's a little bit different. It is huge, man. I mean, it's awesome, and it builds really nice. Yeah, it's great to see how they solve design challenges, and you kind of get an idea of these intakes right here. Round. Let me try to do a better job of showing it to you. In my little, see these round, awesome legacy. This is what they call the legacy F-18. So it's all about the Blue Angels. Awesome. So there's some differences, and there's some really cool features on this big one. And you know, the big one costs more, and you'd expect it to for what you get. You get a lot more plane, and you get a different model of an F-18, and it's badass, if I can say so. But so is the little one. So I mean, it's just like there's one for anybody, right? You're not going to get a 3-cell one with a propeller on it, but Jet guys, we got it covered here. Choices are awesome, and competition gives us choices. So I think it's great. Yeah, check out the build. The motion build is fantastic. You can get a good look at all these parts and pieces. Beautiful plane. So I got 2 gray ones. I kind of wanted the Blue Angels one, but I didn't want to wait. Honestly, it's Wesley's fault, if I'm being honest, right? So Wesley talked to me earlier in the week about doing the show with him on Sunday about the F-18s, and he thought it was cool since I had one, the FMS one, we could do, you know, a video together on his stream, like I could be a guest and everything and talk about it. I'm like, yeah, sure. And we're going to compare them. But none of us had Wesley and Steve, neither one have flown the FMS one, and I hadn't flown the big one yet. So I was like, and I wanted one anyway. I really didn't need much of an excuse. So there's that. Beautiful. They're both gray, guys. The FMS one comes with water slides, which I'm tired of doing and I don't want to do. And then, of course, nothing comes with the free wing one. I don't know if you guys can tell, but the angle of attack on the FMS one should probably be like this. It's crazy, right? If I'm matching angles, it should be like that. That's like an inch and a half off the ground with the nose wheel. So this one's got a lot of down, actually, if you look at it, angle of attack wise. But it still comes unstuck pretty good, and because you don't have the full flank stab, you don't get in trouble. Even with crazy deflection, you really can't get in trouble with it. And if you do a little bit of flaps for takeoff, it helps it come unstuck too. Nice and gentle. So at first that bothered me, but it's You wait till you see the touch and go from Muncie. I mean, talk about stick it monkey pants. That thing, I was trying to wear the wheels out. It was fantastic. Guys, I'm glad to be back here doing this. Also, I mean, obviously a good time doing it with folks at the show, but 47 of these in a row. We are close to a year, ladies and gentlemen. And I was telling Wesley that I was going to maybe take a short break after a year and then really like try to dive into figuring out this live streaming thing a little bit. But then Wesley streamed last week, put me over the edge. It looked so stinking good. I was like, we gotta do this. We gotta learn it. I can't wait. Love RC flew all day. Bobby's Hobbies F-18 Hornet comes on Monday. I'm still waiting on my FMS A10, which I cannot wait to get. I cannot wait to get it. Barry Chi, what's going on? I've got a lot of surprises coming up, though. I'll tell you, next weekend I think is going to be crazy. And it may be another one of these like all-star weekends full of streams from all your famous places of RC. So don't miss out. I think it's only going to get better. There's nowhere to go but up on these shows, guys. And when you work hard, it pays off. And I think I just can't wait to see what happens next weekend. I'm starting to get where I'm lined up. There should be a new plane. I don't know if I can tease it yet. Waiting on the Arctic Camo FMS A10. Cannot wait. I have another little surprise in a box that I'll show you here in a minute. There's a surprise next weekend. Perhaps two. One that'll be here in my possession, and another that we're going to bring you via the interwebs, probably with help from the boozers on the software end of things, and probably as a guest. Mary Boozer, I'm going to read your comment because it probably says something nice about me, and I think that's cool. Couldn't pick a better YouTube partner than you, Ryan. I'm having so much fun doing this with you. Same to you as well, Wesley. It's been a lot of fun. And two heads are always better than one. Captain Mike is like Margaret Thatcher. He's a figurehead. He's like the man behind the curtain, but kind of not really. Love him to death. But he just doesn't get down in the trenches with us on this social media stuff. But he's like my brother from another mother. Love him to death. So glad to see him today. And every time we get to work together, we're not going anywhere. Record Roy's, after tomorrow's show, you will probably own one. Yeah, if you don't have one of these F-18s yet, after tomorrow you will. Be staying tuned, because after the show tonight, I'm going to edit up one of these F-18 videos. I don't know if I'm going to do the free wing one or the FMS one. I probably should do the FMS one because I've had it longer and they sent it to me. Flying Ant, what's going on? Wayne Lee 630 says, Flying Ant, is that you? When you guys, hey guys, when are we going to get me to Texas? Get ready for October. Paul Hatcher doing the math says 59 watching and only 3 likes. You guys can fix that on your way out or whatever. And thumbs down guy, make sure you get in on it as well. Jeff's Custom RC asked Anthony if he's flown his F-18 yet. Anthony, have you flown your F-18 yet? Also, I urge you, whether you have or you haven't, to come over to the Mary Boozer stream tomorrow, 8 o'clock Eastern Time, where me, Wesley, Steve, RC Jet Dude, Hodges, all discuss the current F-18s out on the market right now. All of us have experience flying the free wing one, and I know a guy who's got a little experience flying a 70mm in-runner in Texas and the last 2 weekends. Ball of fun. My favorite battery, by the way, is the 4000 RC Jetworks battery. It's lighter than my Admiral 4000s, and in that F-18, it's fantastic. The other ones are fine. The Admirals are fine in there as well, but it's nice to have them light. Mary Boozer did a hell of a job doing a weathering on his F-18 already, and One of these days I'm going to figure out how to do that. I'm kind of scared. I haven't fired up my airbrush yet, and I bought it like months ago. Crazy. So, holy smokes. Glad to be back, ladies and gentlemen. We're rolling at an hour almost. 61 folks in here, summertime. Not bad. Not bad. Tomorrow is the 30th of June. You know what you know what that means? Anybody? Some birthday, Holmes. I'm going to be 21 again. Yep. 21 again. Last time I did weathering, it was kind of hard on the plane. I landed it upside down super fast, and it was rough. Let's see. I'm doing the math. 21 with like 24 years experience. That's what it's going to be tomorrow. 21 with 24 years experience. Yep. 45. Joe Smo, do you think we'll start to see more Boeing 737 type of RC models soon? I feel like Horizon can make anything with Safe Select and all their other knowledge. Thank you for the happy birthday wishes, people. Wayne Lee, see ya. Hey, easy Boozer. You always turn in before I do. Don't give me that. I talk to Boozer 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. He's about to turn in all the time. Thanks, guys. Thanks. I'd like to see everything culminate at like 5,000 subs. What was I getting at? Oh, yeah. Airliners. Again, loads of video to get through. We filmed Chris Grocka, Dirty D, 3D printed an airliner and did the maiden flight at Jet Jam. And it was awesome. And I'll be bringing you all that video too. What do you guys think about that XB70? Is that crazy or what? Brett Becker's big scratch-built plane he did? Dude, so fun to film that kind of stuff and let you guys see it, I think. Just so fun. Very cool, Andrew. Andrew, I got an F-14 I got to figure out. I tried to bind it. It was Andy's, and so it's set up on... It's already been set up. I binded it up and everything went kind of crazy. I didn't even have time to drop the landing gear, so I unplugged it. I wanted to cry when Rami crashed his flight liner. I bet. It's Ryan's birthday. Cool. Grossman, what's going on? Grossman, you're like officially a U.S. citizen now. Congratulations. Salute. One for your homies. Is this even okay on YouTube? Hold on a minute. Let me do something for a second. Check out the Arrows RC P51 Mustang 1100 millimeter 3-cell power bad mama jamma. Bottoms up, as they say. Kevin, thanks, man. So here's where the music starts playing. Can you guys hear the elevator music again? Let me know. Dennis Farley asks, Ryan, what was the German plane with the offset fuselage and everything? I have no idea. Eric Quinn, XP70 was awesome. Yes, it's okay, no music. Is the music back? You gotta be kidding me. It's back? Holy smokes. This is just the first thing. How they get but it's me instead. It's funny, right? I think that's hilarious. Loud as hell? It's back, it's gone now. Right? Golly. How does that even happen? How does that happen and I not hear it? Hal Rufner, I don't do strip clubs, but appreciate that. I didn't do them on my bachelor party either. You know what I wanted to do on my bachelor party? Yeah, Grossman, that's not for me. 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 So what I wanted to do, and these guys, they wanted to do it so bad at my bachelor party, but I was like, man, you guys go ahead. It's cool. I'm going home. But all I wanted to do was I want to play a round of golf with my buddies. I never get to play golf, and I wanted to go to the horse track. That was it. That's all I wanted to do on my bachelor party, and we did it, and it was awesome, and I won big everywhere. Fantastico. Fly RC. I think he forgot my question. What is it, Joe? I'm sorry, man. Craft King went fishing for his. Awesome. Awesome. You know what's so funny about algorithms? You watch a couple videos and then you see a lot of them. So and your phone knows what you're doing, right? It doesn't matter if you're watching them on Facebook or YouTube. They pop up everywhere. The 737 question, what Horizon making one? I can't say. I don't know. They look like they fly really good in a straight line to me. That's about it. The one thing I want to do with an airliner is see how they land. They're streamlined enough that they could be really awesome in ground effect, and that would be fun for me. But the rest of it, not so much. I think that's what's up too. Why we don't see more of them. Dave's RC, what is going on, man? Good to see you. We hung out in your chat. My family's out of town this weekend. Ironically. The last 2 weekends I was gone, they're gone this weekend. I managed to get home on Father's Day and do some stuff. We did my Father's Day and birthday meal kind of thing this week, which was awesome. And I really love pasta, like Italian food kind of stuff. So we went to this kind of nice Italian joint. And then we went and watched Toy Story 4. Yeah, which was fantastic. My oldest here is 7. He says, Dad, I've been waiting half my life for this movie. I was like, that's Rafe, tell your mom what you just said. That's hilarious and like really cute actually. So yeah, I miss those turkeys. They're gone. But yeah, Toy Story 4 was awesome. I'm not going to ruin it for you, but it was really good. And because they just put up Toy Story Land or whatever at Disney World, it makes me think that they might do some more of those movies, to be honest with you. Because why are you going to like make a whole amusement park like section themed out with a bunch of different rides and stuff if you're going to kill the franchise? I don't see it happening. By the way, funny side note, did you see the commercial for the Millennium Falcon ride or whatever at Disney World? The mom in the commercial, I've been in student films with her at Ball State. I didn't go to school, but I hung out with the right folks where I get asked to do crazy stuff sometimes. So I've been in a couple student films with her, which is kind of funny. She's been in other commercials too that are on like national, networks, which I think is hilarious. Because, like, I remember you, like, at the coffee shop, and we did this stupid movie together, and, like, you're the mom now on the Star Wars commercial for Disney. Fun. That's way cooler than the commercial where she's got, like, an upset stomach and she's taking some weird, like, diarrhea medicine. Yeah. Funny, right? Enjoyed the BVM F-18 video. It would be nice if HSD come out with one. Yeah, Kevin, I filmed one too at Jet Jam. I think it might be the same plane. It's that huge turbine F-18. Is that what we're talking about? Mary Boozer says Galaxy Edge at Disney is probably the most amazing place on the planet right now. I can't wait to make the 30-minute drive to see it. Yeah, 30-minute drive. You would like rub it in. Joe Smo, have any of you seen the RC jet NASA made? Even flies with the DX-10. You know, it's so funny. We were at Disney World, Land, whatever, this winter. And, I mean, stormtroopers and Darth Vader are, like, marching by us. But my kid wasn't into Star Wars yet, so it was just, like, no big deal to him. But, like, since he got back, he's been into it. So, funny, you know, that it was no big deal when we were there. But yeah, you know what? My wife did a really good job at making the most out of the whole thing, and my wife is the daughter of a woman who is the youngest of 12. The family's huge. They love the kids. So, I mean, you know, you stack up a couple Christmases and stuff, and you can do it. You know what kills me? The money part, sure. You know you're going to spend it when you go there. What kills me is waiting in line for some fake ass princess to sign a book. Like, oh, come on. Signatures from these? I mean, let's go do stuff. Waiting in line for signatures drives me nuts. Drives me crazy. Love the old ones. Came out and blow us away. I don't know what. I missed something there. But, yeah, the lines are not my favorite. Fast pass for the win. Right? The struggle is real, says Jeff. Lightsaber was totally worth it. Fast pass. You better believe it. You better believe it. Pull up quick to retrieve it. Ladies and gentlemen, dude, we're an hour in. I got videos to edit, but if I could only go to one park in Florida, Busch Gardens is where it's at. Is that where you get the Busch beer from? Oh my goodness, what do you want to talk about, ladies and gentlemen? No, I can't believe it. So, I'm going to tease like half the surprise for next weekend for you guys who are in here. You guys know. See you later, Andrew Williams. Thanks for coming by, and thanks for the gift. I just finished it last night. Ryan, so many of us were late getting in. Talk about the F-18s behind you. Flying Ant, man, we're going to talk F-18s like crazy tomorrow on Mary Boozer's show at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. I got 3 flights on mine, shook it down, played with the settings. Have you flown yours yet, Anthony? We're going to talk about that stuff. Mary Boozer, Steve Hodges, RC Jet Dude, and myself are going to be on the Mary Boozer live stream tomorrow, focused on the F-18s, the difference between the FMS and the free wing, and all of that stuff. Settings, all this. Chris Callahan has done some great vids of the F-18. Cool. Flying Ant, not yet. Next week, weather permitting. Definitely hit me up personally, or check the show out tomorrow, because I'm gonna like have my radio here and talk about settings, and all that. Hal Rufner, my opinions on the future of RC flying. You know, what's that line? Charlton Heston says, "You pry it from my cold dead hand." I think there's a lot of us that feel that way about RC. So if they ever get overreaching, I think they're going to have a hard time. You know, they're going to have to divert all the energy that they use on the mailbox police, because it's a federal crime to mess with a mailbox. So the mailbox police are out there in full force. They're going to have to be diverted to making sure guys aren't flying models. I think it's the, I hate to generalize, but it's really the drone guys who make the news, most of us like do it in a respectful way, where we suffer. A couple bad apples ruin the bunch, right? So we might suffer a little bit, but hopefully not. Yeah, most police are totally cool as long as you're being smart about it. And if you're flying somewhere you're not supposed to and you're not a jerk when they ask you to leave, fine. No problems. Cool, Bobby. You're doing a number 5. Club member's doing number 6. Anthony's doing number 6. He had maybe one of the first unboxings, at least the first one that I saw. Wondering what scheme to do. I was thinking about doing. This is crazy. I never do it, but I was thinking about doing like completely making up my own scheme, 100%. Like YouTube, Instagram, like all my handle, like all my stuff, right? The places folks should find us at, on social. I thought about doing that for like insignia and nomenclature, but I mean, I don't really go to enough events where that would do me any good. It'd just be kind of funny. Instead of a roundel, have YouTube icon. The Carrot F-18. Hey, that's a real MiG-21, man. Red Tail F-18. That'd be fun. Fantasy schemes. Mix your favorite stuff. I actually thought about that. I love that green and gray allied with the wavy gravy, the gray on the bottom. That I thought about doing that. Yeah, it looks good to me plain as well. I think it'd be cool to just weather it up that way. But I haven't done it. Oh yeah, we also flew Mike Kennedy's F-16 at Blue Nose F-18. We also flew the e-flite F-16 for Mike Kennedy at Muncie as well. Yeah, YouTube play button on the tails. That's exactly what I was thinking. Hangar 51. Honestly, wouldn't mind seeing a reviving of old flying tricks like flying 4 planes at once on control lines. Oh my gosh. Invasion Stripe, says Grossman. Old Yeller, Bob Hoover. Gunfighter Corsair. Oh, Mitchell Farley. You would. That's so funny. You gonna do up that Mustang that way? I should take a picture of my F-18 Menagerie 50, 64, 70, and 90 millimeter. I guess you're a fan of that scheme, Fred Midbud. Paul Hatcher says, G-Man, I like it. You guys, if you're here, thumbs it up, please. Reckham, I've seriously thought of that as well, or Miss America. Barry G says Playboys. I'd have to explain it to the children. I've done rabbits on the MiG-21, but I'm not going to do Playboys. And black on an airplane's just not for me. It seems to. That's actually why I thought twice on the Blue Angel. If the Blue Angels was available, I would have got it. Just to have something that's not gray or drab or green, That's kind of why as much as I like the L-39 and that new camo scheme, the red, white, and blue Captain America Slovenian scheme is pretty freaking cool. Michael Rashka, what's up? Chris Jackson, 50cc planes. Yeah, I don't see me getting into gasser planes. Snoopy Red Baron F-22. Bobby's Hobbies. What's in stock now? Yeah, Gators for sure. Anything dark. That's kind of why I did think twice on the Blue Angels, but I didn't have that option anyway. And I wanted to have an F-18 sitting here for tomorrow because I love these team-up collaborations that me and Wesley have been doing. Speaking of, we did the F-35 a couple weeks ago, and I didn't have room at Jet Jam because I ended up with 1.5 F-14, so I had to get rid of one. I had to get rid of stuff. I need to get another F-35 because I really never got a chance to do with it what I wanted, which was fly it really light. I think RC Jet Dude flies his on a 4000, which is what I wanted to do, and kind of play with the CG, maybe put a gyro in it and see how slow I can get it. That's kind of my favorite thing on some jets. Let's show you what I got in the box while I'm still here and it's not been 2 hours yet. It's hard to stay out of the sun. Boy, some of these events it's cooking. And you do photo ops or you sit there and do video, it's almost like you can see it happening sometimes. It hurts your feelings. I'm going to give me a couple of those Black Horse planes. Oh, yeah, Chris Jackson. I'd like to see that new Bronco go together. Maybe you guys will get to see that online next weekend. You pick up what I'm putting down there? A little bit, maybe. Ancient Chinese secret. What's this, hey? This is a surprise, surprise, surprise. It's good to be Pilot Ryan sometimes. And this is going to be stupid fun, and I have some funny jokes with it. Why is Ryan a picture within a picture? Because I'm awesome, and I thought it would be funny to have Star Wars pilot briefing for the Pilot's Lounge, and instead of the Death Star schematic, it's my show. That's why. Did I answer your question? Fred Mud Bud says from China, that narrows it down to about 99% of all foam model offerings. Love RC, yes, I am briefing the X-Wing pilots from Star Wars. Thank you very much for noticing. And I have another screen too that looks really cool, but when I do it, music plays, so I don't leave it on. Oh my goodness. Dave's RC, I thank you, I love you, I appreciate you, you're fun to watch, I think you're crazy, and I love it. You remember that thing on Saturday Night Live where she kick, punch, what was her name? Anyway, I am chippy tonight, Captain Photon. I sold my dang house. And I made the stripper music work, says Fred, $100. Operators are standing by. You know what's hilarious? I'll tell you, my secret. I'm a funny guy. I try to be anyway. Too hard, my wife might say. But I was looking up Google images of the Jerry Lewis telethon because I wanted a picture of a bunch of like Hollywood stars from a long time ago sitting on the phone. And I was going to do a operators are standing by kind of joke. But it didn't work out. So, look at this. The FMS 850 millimeter flash. It looks like a jet. It looks like the Sky Sword kind of, but the prop is on the back. So I think they should rename it to Slash. Because if you're not careful, you're going to cut the crap out of yourself. Does anybody have any idea about this thing or what battery it takes? I guess I'll have to read. I'm not sure if there's a manual or not. Let's open it up. Barry Boozer. $4S. That's kind of what I was thinking too. Let's open this baby. Right here, it's a little one, so this will be easy. There's what you get. Eric Rogers likes it. Mary Boozer says he's jealous. These things can't cost much. Get you one, son. This one's got Mike's name written all over it already. There's no way I can get rid of it. Since it's a pusher prop, you'll get much longer flight times. Yep. But it's also 4S, says Dave's RC. Cool. So when you don't have your knife, just grab the nearest self-tapping metal screw that you have and break the tape joint. Oh yeah, FMS in the house, sending stuff. Comes with 2 props and of course hardware to get things done. We'll open this baby. You guys didn't know you were going to get an unboxing tonight. Eric Rogers, you missed a whole lot of wonderful. Man, this is a solid little dog, dude. Look at these carbon fiber strips in here. And for a minute, I thought they completely screwed up the ailerons, right? Because it's like, whoa, wait, the horn is not there. But it makes sense that it would be up here. Ball links for precision control. Skids right there that simulate a wheel. This is so weird sometimes. Okay, it's hard to do. Grossman wears FMS hat at his citizenship ceremony. This is awesome. Screw together, little skid. Again, the servo. The Flash. Pocket Rocket. Sock'em robots. Man, this is sweet. Never know what you get here at the Pilot's Lounge. Next week we'll have some go-go girls and whiskey. You guys know what this is? I have no idea. I'm kidding. That'd be funny if I had no idea. Man, look how small the... this thing must go so fast. Can you make the camera bigger for this part? Yeah, alright. Hold on a minute. How you like me now? Pretty good. It's nice to be able to do this on the fly, Wesley. Golly, isn't that cool? Alright, bear with me. Boom, baby! How's that? How you like them apples? There are videos on YouTube of this plane. Yes, there are, but they aren't mine. Here's the flash. And I know it's lit up like really good, like washed out, but that's okay. I'm just going to get this baby. You know, I almost tried to put this thing together today to go fly with Mike, but I just didn't have time because I had some obligations, which are awesome. I actually do a little bit of social media and videography stuff for the church I go to, and they do a yearly huge lake blast baptism event, which I'll be going to tomorrow. But I went to Saturday service and got my groove on, and then I'll be working the rest of the weekend. The Flying Tiger shirt is awesome. It comes from Mary Boozer's RC. They have a load of Squadron Patch Design and Mary Boozer Girl items on their Teespring store. And look how small the elevator moving surface is. Can you kind of see? Drop a link to your store, Boozer. You got guys who are liking my Flying Tiger shirt, and I know why. So I believe this plane comes with, what in the world is this? An FPV camera deal? I have no idea. Ready or not, get you one. It'll be built in a flash. Ha, you're funny. Oh yeah, it comes with 2 cockpits. So here's not the cockpit, but the vertical, obviously. Man, this is a solid little baby plane. I kind of thought it was going to be chintzy, but man, it's solid, dude. It's hard points to screw the tail down and magnets where you want them. Dude, I'm not going to build it right now, though, for sure. So yeah, here are 2 cockpits. These guys give you 2 cockpits so you can do FPV or just straight up Regular. That's awesome. Yeah, ready or not. Check out the Mary Boozer RC Teespring store and also the RC Pilots Lounge Teespring store. Somebody might drop a link for that. That'd be swell. We've got merch. That's what guys who have YouTube channels and work really hard a lot of times do their best to kind of diversify the way they can kind of earn a little bit. YouTube at a point, once you get to a certain point, will earn just a little bit of money, especially if you do a weekly live stream for a year. It starts to pay off, and what happens is guys can do buy planes with it to make more videos, which is awesome. Thanks for dropping the link from my store, Wesley. Here's the fuselage. Here's the motor. 1750 kV, 3536 Outrunner motor. Man, this thing is crazy. XT60s. It's got a 60 amp ESC. I guarantee you this is 4S, and it probably screams. This is one of those planes that I'm afraid I'm going to crash it. They go so fast. You know what's hilarious? I was at that show last weekend at Neffy, and a guy was talking to me about that Rock Hobby Swift. Can you believe it? You guys remember that plane at all? Yeah, Eric Rogers, this thing is going to be a screamer. It looks like a 2200 4S is going to be the way to go on this baby. I have no idea, though. So, let's see. Oh, wow. Y'all, I'm going to mock it up. I'm going to mock it up, baby. I tell you what, doing what I do is the coolest thing ever because I get to fly stuff that I honestly would probably never buy, but get to try. And then am a lot of times pleasantly surprised by. Oh yeah, let's get this in. I'm sure that's next. First. We're just going to mock it up, no screws. You know I'm lying, right? Nah, I'm telling the truth. So that's super slick how that fits in. Oh my word. This thing is awesome. You guys know where to get it. FMS Models. They might have it at Horizon. I'm going to try to find it and put it on the Amazon store. And you can probably get this at Hobby Zone and, again, maybe Horizon. I'm going to do my part to see if I can't put it on my store. And then... Dude, look at this beast. It's shaping up already. Oh yeah, this thing has a spar too. What a little surprise. Hey, Roy. What are you talking about? Man, look at that. That's cool. What? Oh. Dudes, I'm telling you what, I'm absolutely blown away. What? Look at that. That looks cool. Man, why do I tell Mike I'll let him have stuff before I know what it's going to be like first? Plastic nose cone, 4S power, I'm sure. It's got the launch grip. Can you see that? And guys, if you get a chance to get one of these or you buy one from FMS, tell them where you saw it on this channel right here, because that's why they do this stuff. And I would like them to keep doing it, wouldn't you? I mean, everybody wants to receive aircraft. I know that's true. But you know, I've been at it a while. I'm not going to get into the conversation on paying dues and stuff, but man, I work these things. So I give value to them and to us, so we see what they take to operate. They got these cool plastic skid right here and right here for landing, and of course they hid the control surfaces. Big fat carbon fiber, and then the spar as well. This thing is made to rip. And you know, one good indicator of how fast this thing goes is how small they made that horizontal, right? That horizontal is so small that you know this thing just must rip. How cool is that? 6S, says Victor. Whoa. Mike Kennedy, what's up? Tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern, live on the Boozer Show. All three of your trusted boys on one channel. Me, Mary Boozer, RC Jet Dude, Steve Hodges, all on the Mary Boozer live stream tomorrow talking about F-18s. It's going to be fantastic. Kevin, I'm pretty close to 5,000. I got 50 more to go. And then I'm going to... I don't know what I'm going to do. Nothing, really. Just keep on doing what I do. There's always one guy that will just because they can. Yeah. Man, that thing is kind of neat, guys. That is cool. We're an hour and 32 minutes in. It's, of course, there's no battery in it, so it's like super, tail heavy. That's kind of smart, though. They didn't even worry about trying to cram a jet engine in there, an EDF. The ailerons are inboard toward the fuselage, so they're not going to be too responsive. Mary Boozer thinks I'm going to give him this plane. He's hilarious. I'm telling you, Mike's already got 40 more subs today, Dave? Is that what you're talking about? What? Days RC? Absolutely. One of these days. I'm sure. I can't answer for the Boozer, but like we've talked about it, like it's a thing that's going to happen. I'm still trying to figure out how to bring guests on my show without doing Google Hangouts. So I might actually have to learn a different software because Boozer's using a slightly different software than I am, and so I might have to relearn and set that up. I hear you, Dave. Yeah, man. I'm telling you, me and Boozer already talked about getting you on these shows. Don't you worry. Right, Boozer? Right, Boozer? I can't hear you. Check this out. FMS models, thanks a lot. This is cool, and I can't wait to try it out. Tomorrow's going to be fantastic, talking about the F-18s. Captain Photon, yes, we will definitely have you on the show one of these days. Actually, that would be hilarious. I think me and Boozer should bring you on so we can tag team and just keep you in check, because otherwise it might go crazy and you'd be ejected from the game. Eric Rogers, congratulations on hitting 40 subs today. Chris Jackson, take care of yourself. You had surgery yesterday. Yeah, take care, man. Healing hurts almost more than the immediate recovery, doesn't it? I would go down on the prop, maybe up on the ESC. Wow. I will fly it stock so y'all can make the best decision for yourself. Oh, ready or not, I hear you. You must have been looking around on the Boozer store. Thanks, brother. That would be awesome. Absolutely, Dave. Yeah, Photon on a show would be fantastic. Eric Quinn RC, who's on the spot? I'm not sure anybody tonight. Unless I'm going to, if I put anybody on the spot, it's going to be Wesley, just to talk about tomorrow a little bit. You guys want me to get Wesley on a call? I can't bring him in on the screen. We weren't able to do it on my stuff, and it's Guys, it's hard. It's not easy, or everybody would do it. Me and Wesley and Lori work really hard on this stuff to figure it out. So when we finally get together, it only costs us a couple hours instead of 6. Just trying to make stuff look cool. You know what I mean? And then there's like music. Like what? The dumbest thing I've ever heard. Grossman, I sold the F-35 only to make room for getting home because I managed to get 2 F-14s at the show. So I got to, I really want to get another one. I never even flew it for you guys, did I? I didn't. I got the F-35, flew it 4 times at Jet Jam, and didn't get, Mike wasn't there. So we didn't get any video of that F-35. I'm going to have to get another one for my birthday. Right? Part of me wants to fly it with the 70mm in runner from FMS because that's probably a little bit lighter. But the 70mm in runner that comes stock in the Freewing F-35 is awesome. Nope, I didn't get any video on that F-35. Just made a super cool collaboration video with Wesley on it. That was awesome. Dave, I feel you. I'm not really that techie either. I mean, you ought to see me with these guys. I mean, I beat my head against the wall enough times, like me and that wall know each other pretty well, but it's not my jam. It's not where I thrive. Like, I can get myself completely out of sorts, angry, and not into it if I'm not careful. If I screw around too long with the computer before I do a show. Because I'll end up getting madder than hell. Hey, thanks, Andy, from Cincinnati. Appreciate that, man. Yeah, if you're here and you're not subscribed to me, the Boozers, Dave's RC, Jeff's Custom RC, Eric Rogers, Wreckham Roy's RC, Deuce's Wild, you're missing the boat. I'm doing this for focus, guys. I'm not counting you down. We still got 50 cats in here approaching 2 hours. You know, there's big YouTubers who don't hold numbers like this. I think it's hilarious. Yeah, support your friends, guys. You know what? I realize, having done social media and video for this long at this point, that summertime, we get busier. We're out flying. We're busy. There's a little bit less people available to hop in on this stuff when it's kind of nice out. I think in the wintertime we had some really good numbers. I mean, over 100 and stuff like that. But I don't care about any of that. I'm good. Like, people come and they either stay or they don't. You can't say stuff about grilling filet mignons to me right now. Deuces Wild. I'm super hungry. It's 10:30. Yep. I might have to get something to eat. Captain Photon with the emojis. Loyal Hanger Rat, says Jeff. Yeah, you guys are. Any last minute topics you guys want to throw at me? Captain Photon got pizza from John Podesta. Be careful. Grossman's checking his meds. Mitchell Farley says somebody ate us out of sandwich stuff. Go make a sandwich. Yeah, I'm going to go buy a sandwich. Dave's RC show is fabulous. Yes, it is. I got to tell you, you guys got to go by Dave's RC and watch the replay and check out the live chat, because he doesn't see my comments most of the time, but I completely screw with Dave whenever I get a chance to be on the, watch it. Usually I put my kids to bed and stuff at that time, so I might pop on at the very beginning of a show, or as soon as I get the kids so I can sneak out of the room, get them asleep. Sometimes I fall asleep too, but then as soon as I get a chance, I go watch Dave's show, and he doesn't see me half the time, but I enjoy coming to these shows, the Boozer show and Dave's RC show, because I don't have to sit here and talk. I just get to screw around with you guys in the chat, which is awesome. Ready or not, are you connected to Motion? Curious about your previous videos for them. I made about 400 some videos for them over 5 years, held down social media, got early models, gave a lot of feedback. I love the hobby. I'll help anybody who will listen, who wants to make their stuff better. They're doing a fantastic job over there. So, I mean, I will always be connected to Motion RC, some way, shape, or form, just because I spent 5 years holding it down over there, working like super hard, loving that place, being super loyal, still love the people there. I moved on, you know what I mean? We just split, but everything's cool, you know what I mean? They opened up, went into Europe. Look, me and Captain Mike have full-time jobs where we can't deliver as much as a company that legit needs. We held it down forever by the skin of our teeth. Because we have full-time jobs like all of you, we were squeezing it in, working really hard, midnight oil on edits, and then, you know, I work 6 days a week, so, and I try to save Sunday for the family, so Saturday half days and times that we could get together, we were getting it done. And we made basically at least 5 videos a month for, you know, many years, and a lot of times more than that. So my videos are still there, and James is doing a great job now. I love watching him do it. He's a fantastic editor. I've never really did any video editing until I started flying planes. So I kind of learned as I went, and I try to keep it pretty simple. But James does a great job at everything he does, and he does a lot more than just what you see too in the way of marketing and coordinating for events and launches, which was fun. I mean, I did that stuff before he did, but he does a great job over there. So yes, I will always be connected in a way. My heart's in that place, and I love it, and I learned so much while I was there for 5 years. Me and Mike had a channel, this channel, before Motion, which is how you get the opportunity to do a job like that. They didn't just recruit us, you know, from the temp agency. We already had a YouTube channel. We were already working pretty hard, trying to grow, you know, the brand of Pilot Ryan and Captain Mike. And so it was just a cool thing, and we held it down forever, and it was awesome. So I don't know if that answered your question, but we had a good time hanging out and seeing those guys at Neffy, as a matter of fact. And, you know, I think we may get an opportunity to work together in the future. Who knows? I mean, look at, you guys want to know what's what in RC? Like, I'm going to buy what's hot, what's new, and work them up. There's companies that work with me and send me stuff. There's companies that don't. But I want to bring you the goods, and I want to fly the stuff that I like. I wanted that F-18. Every flight line and free wing thing that comes out, I want it. Because I'm a fan of RC hobby, and foamies are in this golden age of innovation. Continues to impress me, actually, that it can even get better. It keeps getting better. Building that F-18, I was like, goodness sakes, you guys at Free Wing, Alpha, Motion, you killing it. Mary Boozer RC reminding everybody to don't forget to pop over to the Mary Boozer RC YouTube channel tomorrow, 8 o'clock Eastern time, for the collab session of the century with Mary Boozer, Pilot Ryan, and RC Jet Dude Steve Hodges, where we discuss the F-18s in particular and hang out and have a lot of fun. That's what we're doing tomorrow. Captain Photon, he says he's going to think about it. these guys, a lot of these guys in the chat have been watching my videos for a long time. So 5 years with Motion and about a year before that on our own channel. Is it Mr. 86? Your name is Andy? Is that right? Are you Andy from Cincy? Is that who it is? Anyway, you get your dirty... I don't know what's going on in the chat. My occupation... Yeah, Andy from Cincy. My occupation is... It kind of makes sense why I'm such a talker when you hear it, I think. Actually, same with Wesley. He used to go around as a... I hate to say salesman because I don't want it to lessen anything that he does. We're just like good with people and like talking and not afraid to. So I work for a family business that's had a franchise for 30 years that you've heard of, Stanley Steamer. So I work on the truck, I do estimates, I work in the office, I wear every hat in the building. By the way, I work circles around the young dudes because I'm an animal and I'm nuts. But I like working hard at whatever I'm doing. So, pirate hooker, yes, JT, close. I scrub rug, ceramic tile, hardwood floors, strip and wax. I do crazy stuff. I do jobs. People call us to ask if we'll do stuff that we don't do. And I'm like, yep, let's do it. I'm doing a stable, a loft of a barn, no steam at all. They just want it like cleaned and vacuumed or whatever. It's like dusty and straw in it. I'm like, okay, $400, book it. Final answer, yeah, I crush. I have a good time going hard at things I do. So that's what my job is. Pilot Ryan, young dude fire does not make up for years of experience. Show me some fire on those young dudes and I'll be tickled. You know what's funny? I tell you what. So it's a tough job. Turnover is high. Not everybody can cut it, right? So, all right, Boozer. Not everybody can cut it. So the first day or two, like I teach guys, everybody, the crew chiefs are all available and adequate in training new people. But I always get a couple days with the new guys, usually before everyone else. Because the boss man, my father-in-law, the owner, wants me to do it. So for a couple days, I've still got some grace for these guys. But after 2 days, I expect them to be like veterans up to speed. So that's not realistic, but that's how I roll. And I am hard on some of these cats in a way. I'm kind of surly, man. I was a sailor. I don't mess around. But some dudes who were like, oh my goodness, for a summer I felt like they ruined my life. You know, being the helper, they weren't much of a help. I had to do everything still, or they just didn't quite get it. The guys who stick it out, first of all, are ballers, because if you can take that heat in the kitchen and keep coming back, you're awesome. But these guys who cut their teeth with me and make it and stay on and show up and are on time, they're the best. They're the best dudes we have. You know what I mean? Right now. So we got a lot of great guys, and I mean, there's one guy who's like my favorite. He's something else, man. You know, everybody's coming from a different background and story. The dude he's like he could be a professor. The dude's like super smart, like literature guy. Love him to death. But like, man, his first summer, man, he had a rough go. He wasn't getting it, but he stuck it out, man. And he's like, everybody's like, would like to, I mean, everybody's glad when they get that guy. You know what I mean? It's cool. Eric Rogers going to school for IT. I talked a lot about my work. Sorry. It's funny. I mean, a lot of you guys thought I was full time. I think at Motion forever, but I full time effort. You know what I mean? Kevin, absolutely none of these guys fly at all. But some of the young guys kind of get the social media aspect. They appreciate the entrepreneurial hustle. And since we're a family business, and like I say, I get to do estimates. I work the phones at the office, and I prefer to be out on the truck just getting the jobs done like everybody else. I mean, like everybody in the community from all walks of life, rich to poor, whoever wants it done, like I'm in their house talking to them. Their guard is down. I'm in their homes. And I can talk to anybody about anything. And it's awesome. It's like perfect for me. I prefer that to sitting in the office, right? You guys see, I mean, here I talk to like a comment section for 2 hours every like week. Like you get it, right? Wreckham Roy, you could work for me, you say. Don't forget the like button, says Grossman, 52 still in here. We are going to try to wrap it. I appreciate your time. I don't want to waste it. And I want to edit some of these videos. I got loads of them, and I can't wait for you to see them. When you stop by on the videos, please say something in the comment section to the regular flight videos and builds and things like that we do, because you guys know that I see it. I think unless you say something ridiculous, snide, nasty, or just ridiculous, everybody gets a heart, which means you know the guy who owns the channel saw it. Unless you say something stupid or mean or nasty, I'm gonna give you one. It's guys out of Illinois. To answer your question, 900EX, F900EX. Yeah, a couple great guys from Illinois who have extensive experience in successful businesses. And it was really easy to work hard for those guys because they set up an infrastructure that does it right, and protocol is to see it through, and accountability on all parts, the customers themselves as well as the organization, to deliver the best customer service you can and quality products and back them up. So for me, it was super easy to represent that because doing it right, you know what I mean? Doing it right. Mike works in the medical field. He's like an assistant to a doctor, kind of like I don't even know what to call it exactly, but he's in the medical field. He's an assistant to a doctor who preps. That's right, Grossman. Who preps patients and monitors them and things like that. A lot of times medical stuff, I really don't want to know anything about it because it tends to get gross pretty quickly. Yeah, you saw him in scrubs, and then when we did the Corsair repair video and we took it to the hospital, he's not a nurse. He's not a nurse. I'd have said he was a nurse if he was a nurse. He's like a technician. Michael is a smart cat. Love that guy. All right, man, we're rolling on 2 hours. Is it too late to get something to eat at 11 o'clock? That figures with all those terms he used in the Corsair build. A practitioner, and he's Canadian, correct? Depends what day of the week you catch him. When it's football season and he's playing bagpipes out at Notre Dame, he's Irish. But most of the time he's Canadian, yes. That's why we were going to do an open part transplant. But I ended up being able to just fix it. Nah, that's not what it is. It's something different. Yeah, Mike has, not stick time in real jets, but he was like a radio man in real jets. Yeah, nothing wrong with a nurse. They make good money anyway. Open the fridge, lots of food there. Not at my house. I mean, if you're into vegetables, sure. Not so much, you know. I mean, if you soak the veggies in butter and garlic, I can do it. Salt and pepper. Um, Grossman, that's a ridiculous question. He wants to ask me one more time. Which do you prefer, the 1500 millimeter P47 or the 1600 millimeter Corsair? Ha! Can't answer it. They're so different. They're so different, man. I like them both a lot. I wish that I could have fit the 1600 millimeter Corsair in my car when I went to Muncie, but I couldn't. The 1500 millimeter P47 is smooth. That thing flies like it's locked in, got a gyro in it, even though it doesn't. Dave's RC, thanks for the show, and thank you for what you do for the community. Love you, brother. Taking the wife out. Tell her hello. Love you all. Dave's RC, ladies and gentlemen. Check him out, guys. He does a live stream every Friday night. I think it's 9 o'clock Eastern time. Dennis Farley says it's a tie. That's a pretty good answer, man. I mean, that Corsair looks awesome. It's super nice to see. Okay, on the smaller Corsairs, 1100 millimeter and 1200 millimeter, we actually get the dihedral the way it should be. But the 1400 millimeter FMS one, remember how it was kind of flat, not quite right. The 1700 millimeter one, I never got a chance to play with that one. The 1600 millimeter one's flight line. It's modern technology and design. Big monster prop. You got the bird cage or the D. It's a killer plane. But it's also a Corsair, so it's not as slippery. The P47, as big as it is, flies amazingly slippery, right? The Corsair is a Corsair. And to see that thing, James was flying his at the show, and it's just awesome to watch it. That bent wing being correct, and that big old prop, and just to hear it cut through the air, it is awesome, dude. It is awesome. F900 was 15 minutes behind on the video, thinking it was live. Grossman, those something about the flex. Say that again, Grossman. I missed it. Yeah, I've already lost it too. I'm afraid to even click anything because I'll screw up my stream. And I'm already 2 hours in. I'm just going to end it. Let's see. What'd you say? Something about the flex thing, Grossman. I'm also considering the Flex Innovations RV8 as well. If you get the Flex Innovations anything, Grossman, go to rcjetworks.com. If it's not on the website, email him, info@rcjetworks.com. That's Andy himself. He can get it for you, okay? Check him out. He's a dealer for Flex Innovations, so take care of your people. Take care of my people. Something, please. Unless you have like a buddy who's got them. Check out Andy because he's got that stuff. I was thinking about doing one. We flew I got to get a little stick time. I know Wesley loves the Cessna 170 from Flex Innovations. I got to fly one at Neffy, and our buddy Bobby Cometta, who lives in town with us, his first flight on it was at nighttime. It was super late. Bobby flies hard. And it was awesome. His first flight looked like he'd flown it 100 times. He did every trick in the book. I mean, it's amazing. We filmed it. So it's coming. So yeah, the Flex Innovation stuff is solid. Those Aura 8 like stabilizers are dynamite because, man, they're so smooth, but you never know they're there. Like my one gripe with the gyro, and I set my Hobby Eagles up where I never want to see it oscillate or like feel like it's boinging around. Sometimes the AS3X stuff feels like it's boinging around, which I don't like. But the Aura 8s, man, it's just locked, but it never feels like it's getting boinged around. Makes sense? Let's see. Yeah, man, JetWorks. Oh man, that stinks, Rick and Roy's. The price is like $50 more than the Corsair, and it's a 73-inch wingspan. Boinging is a word. Just looked it up, says Captain. Good. You knew what I meant anyway. Dave Kowalski flew his Flex C-170 in 3-mile-an-hour winds. Are you patting yourself on the back, Kowalski? I'm just kidding. You mean 30, right? The Aura 8 makes it like there's no wind at all. Love it. I'm sure you mean 30. Yeah, it's dynamite, Dave, isn't it? Kowalski can land it in 2 or 3 feet. I bet you can land it in like negative feet if you're flying in that kind of wind. The interwebs are killing the hobby shop. The market dictates what works. You know what I mean? It's too bad, and you're right. I think that's my word of the week, Captain Photon. Yeah, 30, Dave. I knew it. Because you're not dropping 3 miles an hour like it's something. Yeah, Web. I know a guy with an Amazon store, and of course supports your favorites: Motion RC, Horizon Hobby, Hobby Zone, RC Jetworks. That's my handful. I haven't worked with Hobby King, so yeah, I don't know what they have. But I kind of like to keep it as local as possible. FMS you can get anywhere, no matter where you're at, via different venues, avenues. Let's see. Gonna wrap it up in a couple minutes, man. Last minute anything, guys. You gotta be around for the show tomorrow night at Mary Boozer's at 8 o'clock. It's going to be fantastic. If you want to hear us talk about the F-18 and really nerd out on specifics, come over for that, because I am definitely going to drop specifics, because I tweaked with the book settings and I added a mix that it didn't call for and that kind of thing. Boozer dropped the link to the show right now. It's going to be Mary Boozer's stream tomorrow, 8 o'clock, and it's RC Jet Dude, Steve Hodges, and myself are going to be on there with Mary Boozer. Captain Photon, yeah, I flew the Strega. It was awesome. There's probably, I don't know if the videos are there anymore, but we did scale drones, Mark Dibble, like the Predator or Reaper. You know, that's a good question. Anybody know the answer to this one? Happy birthday, Ryan, says Victor. Thank you so much. What brands make scale drones like the Predator or Reaper? I do not know the answer to that question. They're so currently in use that I wonder if it's like a weird thing where they shouldn't, right? I don't know who makes those. Can a Spectrum radio bind with the latest orange box receiver? I don't know. Do not know. I really tend to stay proprietary. Spectrum, Futaba for me. Thank you, Roy. Kowalski, at first that's what I thought too, until he mentioned what he means is a UAV, not really a drone, you know, an unmanned aerial vehicle. My F-35 version 3 won't take off in grass, says Desert Racer. What battery you using in it? Thank you, Wayne Lee. New Mexico Desert Racer, what battery are you using in your F-35? Let me know. Yeah, that 4500. Move it back a little bit. Try that. If that doesn't work, you might have to figure out flaperons. Make sure you got enough pitch to get up. I haven't tried it on grass at all. Everybody, see you tomorrow at the Boozer Show. Photon, you can make it. Have your date come with you. Yeah, I love RC. Jado. I don't know what that means. Probably would scare people. Yeah, Fred says Hobby King used to have a Predator model There's also a brand Z51 that has some videos. Mike says sleep tight. Barry G says good night. Photon, you have a date with the Boozers tomorrow. The orange receiver has to be DSMX or DSM2 to work with your Spectrum stuff, Eric Rogers, I think is what Mike Kennedy is saying. Sun's down and so's the wind. That's how it goes, Grossman. Dennis Farley can't see putting a $10 receiver in a $300 plus airplane. I think a lot of folks are in that boat. Some folks never have any trouble with it, though, too. I think also some folks may think they never have any trouble with that. You never know. Kowalski flies almost all lemon or admirals. Never had a problem. Got a lemon in my A10. Living dangerously, Broseph. Roy says, bring her, Ricky, so he can hit on her. Lemon and Admiral are decent. They're very similar. Firmware, there's a little bit of a difference there. They were developed, the Admirals were the Lemons developed further from the guys at Motion, and they work well for a lot of guys. For me, I'm sticking with proprietary. Signing off, love my Lemon receivers, buying like a dream. Why spend $100 for a name? Well, when you've had trouble, that's why. That's why. When you've had trouble, that's why. And when you know guys who have had trouble, that's why. Yeah. Sorry, out for a while visiting daughter in Oshkosh. No problem, Fred Barron. We are still at it, 2 hours in. We're about to roll, though. We're telling everybody to go check out the Boozers. If you guys are late to the party, I want to show you something funny if you don't remember. We're really up in the game on our streaming. The Boozer stuff is looking good. They've helped me figure mine out a little bit. And we're in the Pilot's Lounge briefing pilots for the X-Wing flight to destroy the Death Star. Is that cool or what? We love it. I have some other stuff I did too, but apparently music plays when I use it, which I don't understand at all. So, 2 minutes and I'm out. Lay it on me. Anybody got some maidens planned for this week? Rick and Roy, you've had brownouts. That's embarrassing. Don't forget to wipe. Less than $100 plain generic receivers are fine. Above that, I only use genuine Spectrum, says Mike Kennedy. Thanks for the advice, Desert Racer. Have a great night, says, hello, Mitchell Farley. Tell Mrs. Ramsey, thanks for letting you come hang out with us last weekend at Neffy. We loved it so much, I'm going to try to go again next year. You know what else we got to do, Mitchell Farley, is we got to figure out Texas for me and Mike again, for sure. I love going there in October like we do. Jeff Jackson, loving the new Futura. Captain Mike and I both have the new Futura, and we are having a ball flying those. Mike Kennedy's maidening my old L39 tomorrow. Fair winds and following skies to that guy. I got to get your F-16 video up, man. We filmed it at Muncie, and we signed the plane for you and everything like you asked, and we filmed it. So that'll be sweet. Boozer is planning on maidening the F-18, L-39, F-35, and P-38 next week. Man, you're going to have a hard time keeping it straight, dude. Hey, you already know what my opinion is on the F-18. Just tame the roll. We'll talk about that tomorrow. F-35, same thing. Everybody cut the ailerons way back on that one that I flew with at the events. Heck yeah, we got to figure it out for sure. She won't mind. You guys have a good day tomorrow and fly the hell out of your planes. God bless. Take care. Catch you tomorrow, Ryan, on the Mary Boozer Show. Absolutely. Can't wait. I'm going to buy myself a cupcake tomorrow. F-35 flew better nose heavy, says Jeff Jackson. front to back, says Roy. We got to get you all here, even if there's not an event. Absolutely, Dennis. And you guys got to take me to that same restaurant we went to last time. Dante's Inferno or whatever it was. That place was sick. Scott Millspaw was in here for a minute. He ate with us there. Dave Hawker. You know what? Mike Kennedy, did the L39 like high rates? I would have to listen to myself on the couple videos I made. We did like the first day flights, like maiden, maybe shakedown a little bit, and then I flew it another time with the RC Jetworks 6000. I can't remember what my feeling was. That plane's awesome though. I want them all. I hate it that I get rid of stuff, but I really don't have the room. And I'm about to move, so it's like, maybe I'll try the camo one. I don't know. Dave Kolwischke's answer to Mike Kennedy's question is this. He flies his on the book low rate, says Dave Kolwischke. Dave Kolwischke, you also like the book CG. What battery are you flying it? Hard 8 Barbecue. That's what that place was called. That's right. Dennis? Long day, dudes. Long day. 39. You know what? What if I just stream until there's no one left? That'd be hilarious. Cycling servos now on new Freewing BAE Hawk. Sean Gallagher, what's going on? Everyone have a great and safe Independence Day. Get some flying in. 100%. And don't forget where to drop your payload on the Death Star. I moved the CG back a tad. I use 5,000 Admirals and Jetworks. Awesome sauce. I've got 3 mains to do before Mitchell takes them away from me. Haha. You can play us out with music tonight. That will get everyone out. Thanks, Boozer. Wah, 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 wah. How about that? Man, hey, we're back up to 41 folks. What's up? Battery goes at the back of the wooden tray for me. You know what I remember, I think what I did on mine also was default to what Stuart said he was doing in Europe. And again, a lot of times I do default to early flights being a touch nose heavy. Make sure you have a big shop at your next house, Ryan. 100%, Roy. And if it's not there, I'll build it. Jeff Jackson got the new Power Lab 6 touch for charging. What's your thoughts on these chargers, Ryan? I have no idea. Some chargers are pretty fancy, but in reality can't charge more than, they'll let you dial in 1C. Let's say it's a 6000, so 1C is charging at like 6 amps. But if it's like if it's a charger that can do 4 batteries, and let's say you have 4 6000s or 5000s, you want to charge them at 1C, so that's 5 amps or 6 amps each battery. The charger, if it's low wattage charger, is only going to let you charge at like 2 amps, which is less than half a C on the charge. Which, yes, you can do 4 at a time, but it's also taking a minute. So I really have no idea about the Power Lab charger. Dennis Farley loves the Venom Pro 4-channel charger. I think he got it off of the Amazon store here that links to this channel. Off of this channel, but Amazon store. But it's available wherever they sell Venom stuff. You guys, the Farleys used the Pro 4 at Neffy and it was awesome. Charging 8 6,000 packs right now. Almost. Oh yeah, Jeff, you're good, man. 1,200 watts. You can charge them at probably whatever C you want. Awesome. Yeah. When it's like a 300 watt, 200, 100 watt, thing, and it does multiple batteries, a lot of times you can't do 1C. Venom website says Mike Rimvitas. Yeah, I do have them on Amazon as well. And when you get one, I get about 2 to 3% of it, which is kind of nice when you're working for just thumbs ups. It's cool to get some of that. Skrill! Hey, it's my birthday tomorrow. I'm going to drink a beer and have a sandwich. Works fine. Just spend $5,000 on batteries and charge them the day before. Yeah, man, I tell you, it's nice when you have electricity at your field because you don't have to have as many batteries. Me and Mike don't have electricity at our field, and we've been in the business for a while. So between us, we can get it done. But it makes charging the night before a bit, big job. Thank you, JTRC, for that. Don't forget to patronize all of our friends, rcjetworks.com, hobbyzone.com, motionrc.com, fmsmodel.com. You get the picture, right? Everywhere fine products are sold, go there. Horizon Hobby, all the usual suspects. If I left anybody out, it was on purpose. Make it a triple decker, says Dennis Farley. We put solar in and works real well. Nice. Stick 'em monkey pants. Mike was flying the Futura today, and I was like, stick 'em Mikey pants. See you tomorrow at 8 p.m. on the Mary Boozer Show. Absolutely. Sean Gallagher, appreciate that. Thank you so much. Fat don't crack. I don't look a day past 42. Guys, I love doing this show. It was so fun to do it at those events live, and it's nice to be back in the studio here with all the X-Wing fighters and you all. The X-Wing fighter pilots. So fun. So, let me run through some of my fancy stuff here a little bit, and we'll get out of here. We have gotten 3 subscribers since the show was on tonight. We are less than 50 away to 5,000. That's going to be cool. I'm going to have a cupcake and throw a party. But I don't know if you can see my cursor, probably not. But up in the banner art, you can see the icons for Facebook, Twitter, Amazon Store, Instagram, and Patreon. If you click on those, you can go to all of those places and follow Pilot Ryan, Captain Mike on social media. It's kind of fun. And then I'd like to show you the Mustang 1100 millimeter 3-cell powered Bad Mamma Jamma from hobbyzone.com. And here's their website. There's the Mustang. I also can show you the one item that's on my Teespring store right there, RC Pilots Lounge on Teespring. There's links to that in the live chat right here. And then let's see, what else do we have? We worked so hard to make these things even available to click on, so I want to show them to you. I know there's only a few of you here. And that's the Amazon store. And there's a couple different lists there. There's a Mary Boozer list that's got a lot of airbrushing stuff on it. And then there's, my list. But all of this is on my page. And I appreciate it when you guys stop by over there. If you're gonna, the awesome thing about the Amazon store is that regardless of it being airplane stuff or not, it helps us. We earn a little revenue off of that, so it's cool. Dave Kowischke, I appreciate that. Yeah, that shirt looked fantastic. You had one. It was actually the first time I saw one in real life. Guys, I'm gonna roll. I appreciate your time. I could keep on doing this, honestly. I never shut up. I love it. I love flying these planes. I love learning how to fly these planes. And I love my role in the business of RC airplanes, in the community of RC airplanes. We're all rooting for each other. And I think the whole community does better when we share. And I also believe, and I've told this to my other buddies who make videos, I was like, look, man, we're all cowboys. We don't need the manual, but some of us do want to look towards the buddies we trust to see what their opinion is. And it's really nice to let the manual be a point of reference so we can level the playing field and then speak to how we adjust it to fly better. If you just set it up the way you set it up, it's hard to relay that to someone and convey it in a way to adjust for their success. We want everyone to be successful because the hobby does better when people are. So I think we're doing a good thing with that. I talked to all my buddies who are in the position of, I guess, authority, with eyes on them in the hobby, and I was like, guys, man, you don't have to go buy the book, but start with the book because it helps. Because some guys are learning. They want all the help they can get. It's scary flying some of these things. I'm scared to death of the F-14 still. And I'm always nervous, but and I would have been scared of the free wing F-18 today as well, had I not reached out to folks in the community that I already know and trust. I talked to Steve Hodges before I flew it, asked him what he thought about the book rates, and got his opinion. And I also put a line out on Facebook, and my buddy Alpha 10 hit me up in Messenger, and we went back and forth a little bit as well, and take it all with a grain of salt and then land on my best. And that's what I showed in the video. Now I'm going to release the FMS F-18 video before I show my first 3 flights on the free wing one, but I thank those guys in the video as well, because we're all better together, right? So keep it up, guys. Love you. Thanks for stopping by. 2.5 hour show. It's about time for Saturday Night Live. Probably rerun. We'll see. But no one's home. I'm going to turn it up so I can hear it and party like it's 1999. Maybe eat a bag of chips or a bowl of cereal. I don't know. Just film it and post it, and they will watch. Thanks, Roy. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Night all. Stop by tomorrow. Check us out. I get to do another live stream with Mary Boozer and Steve, RC Jet Dude Hodges. Good night, everybody. It's been awesome. I am going to do one little tweak and then end this show, because I think it's the way to go for saying goodbye. It's so hard to say goodbye to Ryan Stream. Yeah, it's been a long night and a long day. And when you're this old, you can be stupid. Hanger Rats forever. We're out of here in 5. Hanger Rats forever. 3 you later. You're too good to be forgotten. Stick 'em, monkey pants. See you next time. Follow on social. Comment, like, subscribe, all that stuff. Tomorrow's show with the Boozers is going to be awesome. He's been working all week to get the stream super hot and dialed in, so you guys will enjoy it. Guys, peace out. I'm going to figure out how to end this stream with this new kind of software deal, and we'll get out of here. See you next time, guys. Later.